download our app available from the App Store and Play Store. Hello and welcome to Medical Dialogues. I'm Mr. Zaman. Let's look at today's daily bulletin. In a recent judgment, the Supreme Court bench has held that the insurance company covering the doctors will have to reimburse the compensation awarded to the complainant for any negligence to the extent of its liability covered under the insurance policy as applicable to the concerned doctor. Such a direction has been given by the top court bench of Justice A.S. Bopanna and Justice Dipankar Datta while considering an appeal challenging the order by the National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission, directing compensation to a complainant in a medical negligence case. The bench rejected the hospital's appeal and held that insurers must reimburse compensation to the complainant to the extent of his liability under the policy. In its latest drug safety alert, the apex drug regulatory body Central Drugs Standard Control Organization or CDSCO has flagged 48 medicine batches for failing to qualify random drug sample tests for the month of March 2023. The list came after analysis and tests were conducted by the CDSCO Drug Control Departments on 1,497 samples. Out of this, 1,449 samples were found of standard quality, but 48 of them were declared as not of standard quality. A few of the reasons why the drug samples tested failed were the failure of assays, failure of the dissolution test, failure of the disintegration test, failure of pH and identification test, failure of clarity test, failure of specific assay of drug test, and others. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated a medical college in the town of Silvassa and launched multiple initiatives in the Indian Union Territory of Dadra along with Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. This is the very first medical college within the Union Territory of Dadra along with Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, and as a result it has become a beacon of optimism and a symbol of the rising aspirants of the regional people, of whom approximately 40% are tribals. Upset with the National Medical Commission rule that mandated a 2-year internship program for foreign medical graduates, Ukraine returned medical students staged a protest. Referring to the fact that Indian medical students are required to undergo only 1 year of internship, the medical students from Ukraine protested at the Bhopal office of NMC. Bringing good news to the medical aspirants in Andhra Pradesh, the National Medical Commission has given its nod for 150 MBBS seats at Government Medical College at Nandyal. The apex medical education regulatory body NMC has permitted the state to commence the MBBS admission in 150 seats at the medical college from the academic year 23 to 2024. A new study by researchers at Uppsala University and Uppsala University Hospital shows that men who have a neurodevelopmental disorder such as autism and ADHD also have a slightly increased risk of testicular cancer or seminoma. Now, testicular cancer is the most common form of cancer in young men, and its underlying causes are still largely unknown. The new study focused on patients with testicular cancer in Sweden. A total of 6,166 patients were included and then compared with 61,660 age-matched men without testicular cancer. Medical register data was used to investigate whether psychiatric diagnosis prior to cancer diagnosis were more common in patients with testicular cancer than in the control group. For children under 18 years of age, a single computed tomography or CT scan is not associated with an increased risk of brain tumors, leukemia, or lymphoma, but exposure to 4 or more scans before adulthood more than doubles the risk, according to new research. Computed tomography in children has increased worldwide in recent decades, but there is conflicting evidence about the risks of cancer from these scans in this cohort. Computed tomography scans use low-dose radiation that can damage cells. To understand if there is a link between CT scans and certain types of cancers and tumors, researchers looked at data on 7,807 children in Taiwan diagnosed with intracranial tumors, leukemia or lymphoma between 2000 and 2013, matched with 78,057 controls within the Taiwanese national health system. They compared tumor rates for those who had CT scans versus those who had not. New research using human tissue samples and mouse models has found that resistance of leukemia cells to a widely prescribed drug called venetoclax occurs because of a rapid increase in the breakdown and turnover of mitochondria, structures inside the cell that help power its functions. In addition to their role in producing energy, mitochondria also tell cells to die under certain adverse conditions. Led by scientists at NYU Langone Health and its Perlmutter Cancer Center, the study showed that mitophagy helps leukemia cells to evade the killing effects of venetoclax, a drug in a class of medications known as BH3 mimetics. That's all for today. Stay tuned to Medical Dialogues for latest updates.
Never miss a medical update from Medical Dialogues. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.